Welcome to All Grown Up Now, Tales of a Checkered Past. I'm Kenneth D. King, podcasting from my studio near Union Square in New York City. This podcast is an evolution of the tale, All Grown Up Now, A Friendship in 3 Acts. This is Season 2, and it's called Tales of a Checkered Past. It's a collection of short stories from my salad days on up to the present. In each podcast, another self-contained story will be presented. These podcasts will be broadcast bi-weekly, so you get 2 a month. Enjoy. Episode 47 occurred in New York City around 2010. I call it One Balmy Manhattan Evening. Every now and then, I have one of those evenings that goes off the rails in an odd way, and this was one of them. This balmy Saturday Manhattan summer evening had 3 stops on the agenda, so I needed to dress for all of them. My first stop was conventional enough, dinner with a friend. We had a great time, and that was that. Dress requirements were not too specific here. The next stop would be Midtown. I had read in one of those alternative papers of a group that was into good shoes. They were having a meeting upstairs at one of the bars in Hell's Kitchen near the theater district. The rules were very specific. Well-dressed, no sneakers, good shoes. Great, a fashionista crowd, I thought. So, anticipating this crowd when I dressed, I had on the perfect outfit. My burgundy taffeta Jean-Paul Gaultier pinstripe jacket, black tank top, good low-slung jeans, and my new deep blood-red iridescent leather Italian-made Joe Ghost shoes, very pointy and slightly menacing while remaining extremely stylish. My hair was freshly bleached, bright white against a dark tan. Stylish, hot if I say so myself. After dinner, I went uptown and found the place. I walked upstairs and was greeted by an older man in a navy blazer, pale blue button-down shirt, rep striped tie, and khaki slacks. Okay. But he was in black socks, no shoes. "Take off your shoes," he commanded. "Excuse me?" "Take off your shoes and put them over there." He pointed to a row of shoes. Brown lace-ups, a couple of pairs of wingtips, one black, one cordovan, the rest brown, the odd pair of run-over loafers, some black leather slip-ons. Business shoes, some with rubber soles, so I assumed they were from Staten Island. No sneakers, but not what I would regard as good shoes. My first thought was, those definitely aren't good shoes. And my second thought was, I'm not putting my fabulous shoes in such drab company. So I looked at him and said, "I will not." And then I walked into the room. Curious now, I decided to roam around and have a look. The crowd looked to be a gathering of middle managers, men who were wearing standard issue blazers, shirts and ties, and slacks. There were a few business suits from the men's warehouse, not high-powered executives, and definitely not a fashion crowd, to be sure. Then I noticed what they were all doing. Now, this looked like a scene that Gary Larson would draw for the Far Side comics. Guys had their cell phones out and were photographing each other's feet in black socks. Some would pull their trouser legs up so you could see just a little skin between the trouser leg and the black sock. Others were fondling feet, all in black socks. Not an argyle sock, nay, even a colored one in sight. It seemed that these guys were black-sock-fetishists. One business-type man approached me, and we engaged in small talk. He was attracted by my white hair, but was disappointed when I told him my age. He thought the white was natural, and that I was older. Indeed. Can I lick your shoes? He asked while starting to kneel.
What?
Absolutely not, I said. You'll ruin the finish. And with that, I had to leave. The evening had gone off the rails. Somehow, in my imagination, this was going to be some kind of fashionista gathering. Instead, it turned into a cartoon from the New Yorker. My last stop that evening was to meet my friend Pearl and her friend Elka at a bar on the Lower East Side. Pearl was meeting a blind date of sorts, and Elka and I were reinforcements in case the guy turned out to be a serial killer, a rapist, or ugly. Sadly, the guy turned out to be a flake, a no-show, so Pearl, Elka, and I headed back to Pearl's place in a taxi. After regaling them with my adventure of the black-sock-fetishists, I showed them my fabulous shoes. We were speeding across on Houston Street in the cab when Pearl said out of nowhere, "I think we should do a nude photo shoot, the three of us. You could wear your shoes, though." "That's so not going to happen," I shouted as Elka started laughing. "If I ever saw a naked woman, I'd burst into flame." All of a sudden, the three of us were thrown up against the partition inside the cab when the driver slammed on the brakes. There we were, stopped dead right in the middle of Houston Street, while cars started honking all around. We picked ourselves up off the floor of the cab. The driver, this big old Samoan man, had poked his fat face through the partition. "You don't like girls?" he asked, looking at me, obviously puzzled. He must have been eavesdropping. "I like girls, but not in that way," I responded. "I think they're lovely, but I don't want to get naked with them, much less in front of a camera, if that's what you mean." With a big grin, and the cars around us still honking, he looked at Pearl and Elka and shouted excitedly, "I'll do it! I'll do it!" "See, Pearl, the universe provides," I said, pointing to the driver. "Here's your third model for that photo shoot, and a fine specimen he is, too. Get his information." With that, the driver turned around, dejected, and pulled away. And that's how we ended the evening, laughing in the back of the taxi cab, driving back to Pearl's house. Thus ended the Saturday evening that went off the rails. Thanks for listening. You can get the audiobook All Grown Up Now on iTunes, Audible, and Amazon, or from my website, allgrownupnow.com. You can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. If you have any questions, you can reach me through the website, allgrownupnow.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Kenneth D. King, on Facebook at Kenneth D. King Design, or on my main website, kennethdking.com.